Please welcome Vikings legends from the 1970s decade of dominance.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Mark Rosen, and yes, we are here today to honor members of the 1973, 74, and 76 Super Bowl teams, and of course, the Hall of Fame head coach, the late Bud Grant. The players who are here today and those who could not be here ignited a legacy and a connection with you, the fans, that exists today. From the dirt infield at Met Stadium to the state-of-the-art US Bank Stadium here, the players who wore those classic uniforms you see the Vikings wearing today made it all possible. A number of them have their names up in the rafters as members of the Vikings Ring of Honor. Some have their busts in Canton, Ohio in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Others, like Jim Marshall and Chuck Foreman, absolutely belong there. The one common thread, the forever bond the men have, no matter what part of the country they live in, is they are forever Minnesota Vikings and were coached by Bud. Long before the Minneapolis Miracle, there was the miracle at the Met. The architects, quarterback Tommy Kramer, and the man who I spent many Sunday nights with on TV afterwards, my pleasure to introduce Ahmad Rashad.
So let me explain why I have this shirt on, number 70. It is in honor of the captain, Jim Marshall. He's one of the greatest players ever who should be in the NFL Hall of Fame. He wasn't able to be here. That's it. He's the man. And otherwise, for all of us, it was such a wonderful thing to play for you fans, because I feel like we have the best fans in the National Football League. When you think back to the Met Stadium and the temperatures were down like 30 below zero, that Bud used to say it wasn't that cold, but even though it was that cold, there wasn't an empty seat in that entire stadium. Our fans have been Viking fans and are the best fans in the entire league. Now, the guys behind me are the backbone of the Minnesota Vikings, and some of us haven't seen each other in about 50 years, but our bond as Vikings is as strong as ever. And the Wilfs and the organization, they do such a wonderful job of honoring the men who paved the way, and we certainly appreciate that. Now, we lost a giant part of the Vikings family this spring when Bud passed. He was more than a coach to all of us. He was just an exceptional human being. He was much more than a coach. He was a mentor. He was a teacher. He taught me more about life than he did about football. He was the wisest, most common sense person that I've ever known, and he was all Minnesota Vikings. We miss Bud. We miss some of our teammates. But we all know that once a Viking, always a Viking.
You know, as a coach, you don't get here because you can kick or catch or tackle or run or throw. You get here because you had the help of a lot of people.
Assuming that then we had the first down and finally one of the officials come in and signal incomplete pass. Well, I figured if they'd seen that, they would have signaled it immediately. I felt that I was justified in trying to vent my excitement at that time because I did see the play right at my feet.
In case you haven't heard, sports fans, Bud Grant has made another trade. And this time what he's traded for is the all-new Ford Bronco. He couldn't have made a better pick. And Bud Grant likes going with them.
After living in the same house for all these, 40-some years, you accumulate a lot of stuff. Hey, that's a penalty. You get back in the back of the line.
Bud Grant to the middle of the field for the coin toss in short sleeves. He is one tough gentleman.
He said, make sure you stand up good and tall so they all can see you. So talk good and loud so they all can hear you. Make a short speech so they all will listen to you. Then sit down so they all will like you. Thank you.